Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live. I'm not sure why this iTunes thing keeps popping up. For January 18th, this is going to be a Saturday edition. This is a week in review, the wrap up of the week, I guess you can call it. So we're gonna that's what we do on the Saturdays here. I hope I have this. Oh, it is playing. I just can't hear it. But good to go. It's as long as this music's playing, I don't really have to hear it. As long as you guys hear it. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do here today. It's just a quick, short week in review of the technology that we covered, or the tech news that we covered throughout the week, starting on the 13th of this week, this month, which is Monday. Let's look at who is all in the chat here right now. I know we have Ed here, so I appreciate Ed for joining us. Thank you so much. Get the air horn score for Ed. I appreciate Ed. That doesn't usually get a chance to join us, so whenever he does get a chance to join us, I really appreciate that. So thanks for being here, Ed. And also, if we have any other members in the chat, I appreciate you guys being here as well. Um, let's get right into what we talked about for Monday. Yeah, just no more balloon reactions. It was fun while it lasted though. It was a good time. We had fun with the balloons, Jay. I appreciate that. Um, welcome to Jay. Let's get the air horns going for Jay as well. Get the air horns going for Jay. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Mr. Media, aka Aaron. I appreciate you being here as well. This is gonna be a short one, you guys. Like I said just now, I'm just gonna do a quick weekend review of what we covered throughout the week. For those who couldn't join us live during the week, that's why I do the Saturday show. So hopefully, the people who couldn't join because they were at work and they had to do serious stuff, they couldn't join us for those lives, but they get a chance to join us here on the weekend. I think no matter what time of day or what time zone you're in, it's a weekend right now for you. So I hope whoever couldn't join can join now. But yeah, so let's get right to it. Monday show was simply just a recap. So all we did for Monday show is recap Penstar, my interactions with Penstar at CES this year, CES 2025. I put out a video also of the interview that I did with one of the Penstar reps. So check that out if you're interested in that. And if you're interested in kind of behind the scenes stuff, footage that wasn't in the interview and that I haven't shown yet for my big adventure at CES video that's coming. If you want to see some kind of the footage I have from that, I showed that on that live. So go check that out if you're interested in Penstar news and just footage in general. Tuesday show, which was January 14th, we did NoteMax reviews. So Jay released his NoteMax review. We took a look at that. We took a look at Voya's NoteMax unboxing. So a lot of good NoteMax information that we put out in Tuesday's show. We also covered the Go 10.3 update. We touched on, not a lot. I don't even recall it really. It's in my notes, so I know we must have gone over it. Actually, to be honest with you, just because it's in the notes doesn't mean we went over it at all. So that's not necessarily true. Let's go to the chat before it gets too filled up here. Onyx for Change says, always try to join when I can. I appreciate that. Sounds good on my end. I appreciate that as well. How's the delay? Delay good? I think we fixed the delay a couple shows ago. It crept up again. I don't know how or what happened, but yeah, that was the thing. Sounds good on my end. Hello all. What else we got? You need an emoji for you hugging the Go 10.3. Wow. The Go 10.3 is like, I really do believe it's the GOAT. I'm going down as saying that. And one of Mashup Mike hugging a Penstar. You know what? If Mashup Mike ever orders, or you know what, I may just send it to Mashup Mike. If Mashup Mike ever orders a shirt or anything like that, in his box or container, if I ever get a chance to send him anything, I got a Penstar pin just for him. I know he would want it. Matter of fact, it's right here. Let's look at it. I was like, no one could make better use of this pen other than Mr. Mike. This is made for him. So this is it right here. My hands are actually right now. I wasn't planning on showing my hands, so don't look at my hands. Just look at the pen. Just stay focused on the pen, people. Stay focused on the pen. Oh, can I even get, oh boy. You're probably going to have to see my hand now. Can we hide it? We can't. All right, so this is the pen right here. Is it even focusing? Sony, what are you doing? There we go. I knew Sony wouldn't let me down. I knew it. This is the pen right here. I saw these and I instantly knew. I was like, Mr. Mike would love this pen. It's got CES 2025 on it. It's a Penstar eNote. It says "Stay tuned" on it, with the Las Vegas, the fabulous Las Vegas sign in the top left corner. I know he's gonna love that. So I'm gonna put this in with whatever. If Mr. Mike ever orders anything, that's going in his package, along with some stickers. We gotta do stickers too. So, I threw stickers in Ed's package when he bought a shirt. Let me know what you think about the stickers, Ed. I put some time into that sticker. I thought about how I would even create a sticker, and then did it. So let's do it. What else we got here in the chat? A very tiny bit of sound lagging. Cool. You know what though? I'm glad you said that because that's something. This is a Saturday show. This is not even a real show. I'm not even here. So just we can do things that we wouldn't normally be able to do during the week show. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm excited about the shirt too, Ed. I can't wait for you to get it. Like I said, I threw a sticker in there. It was a test sticker to see who would care. All right, so let's look at this. So I did figure out a way to manage the sound. Bam. I did figure out a way to manage the sound in real time. So we're going to change it right now. And then just let me know what you think. So I just changed it again. I don't know how long it takes to go into effect. Is it better? Is it worse? Did I go the wrong direction? I probably did. Who knows? No, you haven't missed the Indiana Shirt Day. It should be arriving soon, and then we'll do Indiana. I was so hoping to do that at CES. I really was. I was so hoping to do the Indiana shirt at CES. Did the lag get worse? It looks like it, on my end, what it looks like it got worse. I may need to go the other direction. Try things. Oh, it's better. Then we'll rock with that then. We'll rock with it. We'll tip it a little bit at a time just to see. Okay. All right. So through any event, yeah. So Penstar was the recap for Monday. Tuesday we went over, like I said, NoteMax reviews. We got Jay's review that we looked over. We got, like I said, Voya's review we looked over. We did a 10.3 update, and we also talked about the Reddit, the conversation that they had on Reddit about U.S. consumerism and how we're the worst and the scum of the earth. Ooh, still not quite there. Okay. All right, we'll move it a little bit at a time. We'll go. Okay, let's see what that let's see what that does. All right, so Wednesday, no show. We didn't do a show Wednesday. Wednesday. But that conversation we had on Tuesday about U.S. consumerism was a pretty good conversation. I like that conversation. So if you're interested in that, go check out Tuesday's show, and you can get all the details on that. Thursday was interesting. Thursday, I talked about fig Newtons ad nauseum for no reason. You know what I didn't say about fig Newtons, and I'm going to say it now. So just a little bit that I didn't say then. I might have said that I don't have a problem with figs or Newtons. I have a problem with them both. Like figs, I love. Like we talked about, I'll eat a dirty fig off the ground, no problem. No problem with me. I like Newton. I like Newtons as far as I think a Newton is a unit of power or unit of work being done on, or force. There we go. Unit of force. Whew. Unit of forces do work. Okay. So anyway, I think a Newton is a unit of force. I love Newtons. I love Isaac Newton. I love the Apple Newton. Apple made a device called the Newton Message Pad 2100. I love that thing. So I love Newtons. Did I say Isaac Newton already? If I didn't, I love Isaac Newton as well. I like Newtons of all types. And I like figs. I just don't like Newtons and figs together. That's the thing. So, it's a quirk, I know, but I just don't like them two combined. I know Ed is a big fan. Ed told me he'd rather the fig and the Newton together. He's not a fan of them separated. Newton is an annoyance. He wonders, why did Newton lock himself in a room for years creating calculus? he couldn't have smelled good. They didn't even have showers with the detachable handles then, so I know he didn't smell good. That's just combine that with him sitting in a room for months on end, for years at a time, creating what we now know as calculus, and that bothers Ed. So he's not a fan of Newton, but he is a fan of the fig. And then when you do put them together, and the milk, and you got to have the milk too, so don't forget the milk. What did we say? Let's go to the chat real quick. Dude telling you step off the fig Newtons. My bad, Ed. I didn't know there was a sensitive point there. I've never just had a fig, but fig Newtons are great. Figs are really good though. If you've never had a fig, I recommend them. They're sweet, really, 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 really sweet. And you know what's weird? I've never. Oh, my headphones just died. I have to plug them up. I need to get a cable. 1 second. Okay, we're back. I'm like letting them charge. They're not even coming on right. All right, I'm gonna say something about these headphones. All right, let's just take these off for a minute. We really don't need them right now. I'm gonna say something about these headphones. I bought the headphones. Wait, what was I even talking about before that happened? We were talking about fig Newtons, I think. That's just. We'll go to the chat and then I'll go on that tangent after that. Have to have milk too. We talk, yeah, obviously, yes, absolutely, milk with the fig Newtons. Get into Isaac Newton's bathing habits on the stream tonight. Rants about tech after dark, no doubt. Yeah, figs are okay. I think I was talking about figs and how sweet they are, and I think I was getting to a fact about figs that I don't understand about fig Newtons, and it's probably the thing that bothers me the most. You know what it is? This is. I'm gonna. Why are we talking about this? We don't know, but let's do it. I don't know why fig Newtons have seeds. You ever? All right, so Ed, can you confirm this? When you bite into a fig Newton, do you feel the seeds? They're like small, like strawberry seeds, right? I've never, ever eaten an actual fig and tasted a seed. I almost want to say, I almost want to say, we're gonna look it up right now, but I'm gonna say this before we look it up. I almost want to say that figs are pitted. They have this big seed in the middle, not the small strawberry seeds. But when you eat a fig Newton, you see the small strawberry seeds. I've never tasted that eating an actual fig, but let's let's check it out. Fig Newtons, figs. Do they have seeds? Oh, my bad. Okay, I stand corrected. They have mini seeds, and they are small and strawberry-like ish. Okay, all right. There we go. Yeah. What do you know? Learn something new every day. I've never tasted that though. Ever. I've never tasted that. I've had raw figs, like I said, falling from the tree on the ground. I'm just going scooping them up, eating them, taking the peel off, but eating them. I've never tasted a seed. Maybe the seeds in the raw ones they're super ripe though. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I've never tasted a seed when I ate a fig before. That was the weirdest thing when I ate a fig Newton, and I was like, why are there seeds in here? As a kid. But anyway, let's move on. Go to the chat. Figs are awesome. They are. I like how when the BRBs, it comes Xmas again. Oh, I forgot. I gotta change the Christmas. Thanks, Jay. Oh, we all know about fig wasp, right? Yes. Dangerous. They do have figs. I think it's like anything fresh. You don't notice them as much. Right. Okay. Good point. Good point, Ed. I'll take that because I've never noticed them when I'm eating the actual fruit. Okay. All right. So let's move on from that. The figs. So that was Thursday. We started off with a fig conversation Thursday. That's how and it was same sort of tangent. So if you want to see that tangent, check out Thursday's show. We also talked about the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal. I think we showed the video on Thursday for that. Super exciting stuff. I'm super looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. Like, I can't wait to see what they do new with I said we. That shows you how old I am. Pretend I didn't say that. With Nintendo Sports Golf. I love Nintendo Sports Golf. It's the bee's knees. I love it. We also looked at Alarmo. You know what though? Let's look at Alarmo. We also looked at Alarmo on Saturday. So this was cool. I like this clock. It was an awesome little clock we looked at. Motion sensing, which is the big deal about this. It senses when you get up out of the bed. If you sleep with someone, though, does it even matter? Probably not. So you have to be a loner for this clock to actually be effective. I want it still, though. I still want it. So Switch 2. We also talked about the Switch 2. Whoa. And we looked at the video that they released about the Switch 2 as well. So that was all on Thursday's show. We looked at Google Microsoft changes as well. We talked about those. Which basically Microsoft is not going to be supporting Office on Windows 10 after October 14th. So something to keep in mind if you're doing that. All the details are in Thursday's show. And I think Google's thing was, I forgot what Google's thing was. Workspace. They're adding Workspace they're adding AI to Google Workspace as default now, but they're charging you more for it, but less than it would be separately. We're being cornered, no matter how you look at it. So, if you want to know the details, check out Thursday's show. DJI drones. Who joined us for that show? Vladimir Kostic joined us for that show. Appreciate you. He brought up the DJI flip. When all we wanted to talk about were the air restrictions, he brought up the flip, and we went on a whole side tangent and ran side. I don't know what to call them. We went on a side quest about the flip. Cool device. I don't think I would buy it. Like I said, I have no interest in drones that can't handle themselves in the wind. That's the thing. You can have, I can even work with not crappy video. I'm sorry. I need good video. I could work with less than perfect video. I could even work with less than really good video. As long as it can handle itself in the wind. A drone that can't handle itself in the wind, I have no use for. And that's the vibe I get from this drone. It's cool. It looks cool. I think it's a drone that you're gonna want to follow you to do stuff because it has the propeller guards on them, which in the wind would be like sails. I can imagine it just being worse in the wind than even a normal small drone. But anyway, we did that. It's a very cool looking drone if you want a selfie type of drone. A drone that's going to be able to follow you and take selfie type shots and get really good video while it's doing it because the video looks really good. I did some research on that after the fact, and the video is really good out of that drone. Let's go to the chat real quick. I missed the Reddit comment in the chat above. Oh, let's look at that. Oh, you know what I should be doing too? I need to start keeping this. I am keeping I'm trying to get into a habit of keeping the Discord chat open for the live chat topics for Discord. So if anybody that's a member and you have access to the Discord, you can just throw something in there and that'll be a way to kind of differentiate from the normal stuff. But everybody that's in here is crew. So it doesn't even matter right now. It doesn't even matter. Let's go up and check that. Organize for Change. Ed says, on Reddit, I was surprised you didn't get into the huge attack on creators as not being ordinary people. I didn't see that. I got to like the 8th comment and was like, okay, I can see where this is going. I didn't see that one. I may have to revisit that. Call me not ordinary. Am I though? Probably not. They're probably right. They're probably right. Gabriel and Corey are underwhelmed with the announcement from the Switch, and they love them. Wow, really? You know why I think that is, Ed? I think the kids are underwhelmed, and they wouldn't be the only ones. It's only the old heads like me who are thinking like this, but I think this is a good thing. I think the younger generation are underwhelmed by this announcement because they were expecting something different than what the Switch is. This is the first time Nintendo that I've ever known them as a company. This is the first time they've ever released a device that looks like the previous generation's device. Notice that? The Switch 2 is the Switch 1, just bigger and better. Every other console was different every generation. The Nintendo was different than the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo was different than Nintendo 64. The Nintendo, or what came before the Nintendo 64? It was the Nintendo GameCube. Was it the GameCube? Or did the GameCube come after the 64? Oh, I don't remember. No, all right, GameCube came after 64. Then it was the Nintendo 64, which looked different than the Super Nintendo. And then you get, after the GameCube, you get the Wii, the Wii U, and all of these things look different, and they are different. And then they settled, the Wii U was moving towards the Switch form factor, and then they settled on the Switch, which they were like, okay, we got a form factor that works for us, that does everything we needed to do. To me, that's good. To me, that means what we're getting is so refined. Oh, the GameCube was after 64? Yeah. Okay. Good. So to me, this is a good sign, right? This to me means they have a form factor that they're so confident in, that's so refined that they didn't need to do any make any drastic changes. That's how good it is. I want that. You know what I'm saying? As a consumer, I want something that's super refined that I don't have to worry about it changing. What this also does is makes the backward compatibility of the Switch, or between the Switch and the Switch 2, almost a no-brainer. And it's so easy to port and to do because they're basically the same system, just bigger and better, like I said. So from a consumer, I guess an older consumer standpoint, this is perfect. This is a good sign, and it works for me, and it works for backwards compatibility, which a lot of people are going to like. But the younger generation, they're probably expecting something different, like what Nintendo normally does. It's something totally different than what their previous generation machine looked like and worked like. So, yeah, I like it. I like this change. Yeah, and Discord is good for sending links during live shows too. So that's awesome. Thanks, Jay. That's one of those things that Discord is really good for, is doing things like that. If you want to throw something out there that someone wants me to see, stories too. Like if you have a story you like me to talk about on the live, that's a good way to do it. What I want to do is get the subreddit down for that though. The subreddit is going to be a perfect place to do that. I'm having a problem getting this though. It's so tedious, and it's making me so mad with getting this, but I will get this done. They don't see why to pick it over Steam Deck. Oh, Nintendo games for sure. You won't get Nintendo games on the Steam Deck. The games are what Nintendo is all about. Their games are just so good, man. They're so good. GameCube was after the 64. This thing, Jay says, the thing is there's only so much industrial design you can change with a mobile system like this, right? And like I said, but you could do it a lot of ways. I just think they found something that works for them. And you're right. There are in so many ways, right? I saw so many things that had the screen in the middle with the detachable grips on the sides at CES. There was so many devices like that. That's two of those devices are going to be in my video. One from Razer and one from another company called Seraphim. So two of those devices are going to be in my video that I'm going to talk about. That's going to be released here pretty soon. That's just, like you said, that's just you can only do so many form factors for that kind of mobile design. So, Ed says 2530 media, $99 a year for family plan, 6 licenses. What's that? Nintendo subscription? Oh, Copilot. Copilot. Ed says, yeah, the kids love the games, but they don't see the advantage over the Switch 1. No, you're right. If you have the Switch 1, there'll probably be like little to no reason to update, because you can guarantee the games are going to be backwards compatible for both devices. That's a very good point, and that's the point I was making. I think that's a good design choice, for everybody. Honestly, yeah. No real need to upgrade. I've heard that a lot too. All right, so what else we got here? Consumer feedback on the. Oh yeah, I also talked about consumer feedback on the nibs that I'm selling on the site. So I'm compiling a list of what pens these nibs don't fit in. Right now we got the Statler Jumbo, and we also have the native Boox pen. I'm adding those to the list, and I'm trying to figure out a way to amend this to the site. But I know those are two pens. If you want to know more about that, go ahead and go to Thursday's show. I talk more about that there. eInk Unplugged video. He did an NoteMax unboxing / review impressions. So we watched that on Thursday's show. 2530 Media, aka Aaron, aka Mr. Media. We watched one of his videos on the Scribe pen. We talked about the Scribe as well. I think this was that show. We talked about the Scribe. And then the Scribe was a thing. I didn't even think I would care about that. Or maybe that was Friday's show. Maybe it was Friday's show we talked about the Scribe. But through any event, I'm coming around to the Scribe as a device that people like as an entry-level device. But yeah. So let's get into Friday's show. Friday we talked about Jinky products, and let's show that real quick. One of the items. This is interesting. The same company who broke the Switch 2 molds at CES. They have a pretty decent product line, I would say. But this product right here is what caught my eye. I really want this thing right here. I'm going to get this thing to do a review on because I absolutely love it. Hopefully they reach back out and let me know whether they're going to send me one or not. But yeah, that would be awesome. I love this thing and love the way it looks. So we're going to try to get that in and review that. But yeah, I like different looking stuff like that. And we talked about that on Friday. Another thing we talked about on Friday is RedNote. Now, I touched on RedNote Friday. No one said a thing. So I thought, oh, this must not be a thing then because no one here cared at all. But to me, I did a little bit more research, and it turns out that RedNote is a thing. People are migrating from TikTok to RedNote like left and right. It's a Chinese Instagram competitor, basically in China. But they do offer it here on the American sites right now, so you can get this app on your app store, whether it's iOS or the Google Play Store. It's called RedNote. It's odd because it's not a new app, but it's new in name. They just changed the name from its Chinese name, which is Little Red Book. So it just recently changed this Chinese name. So it was Chinese characters in the whole 9 yards, which basically read Little Red Book. But because they had an influx of American subscribers to the service, they went and changed the name to English, and now it translates to RedNote. So it's under RedNote in the app stores right now, and yeah, it's big. It's being big right now because they've got a huge influx of people over there, and most people think it's due to TikTok going down, and a lot of TikTokers are going there to do their thing. And I can only assume the reason why they would go there instead of Instagram would be because of the algorithm. There must be something about their algorithm that is attracting these creators to them versus being on like Instagram or anything. Do we know anything about this? Let's go to the chat real quick. Oh, one other thing Ed says on the pens. I know you mentioned ceramic works, but Ratta recommends against using ceramic on other devices as well. I would be scared to use it. True, but as someone, it's one thing for someone to say, "Hey, that's gonna hurt if you do that, or that's gonna do this if you do that," and then you do it and it doesn't hurt or it doesn't do what they said it's going to do. I have the same. I've been writing on the same devices for the better part of 9 months now, and for six of those months, I've been using ceramic nibs, and I've never on any of these screens, and that's on the tab screens too. Ceramic does not harm these screens. The coating on these screens, in my opinion, in my well, I won't even say in my opinion, in my experience, because none of my screens are scratched. Like the Go 10.3, the Note Air 4C, the Note Air 3C, the Tab Mini C. Like none of them have problems or any scratches at all either. So I get it. They tell you not to do it, and they tell you not to do it for whatever reason. They tell you not to do it. I don't know, but the reason they tell you not to do it is not because it's going to scratch the screen, and I'm walking, talking proof of that. That's not the reason they're telling you. If they're telling you not to use it on certain devices, it's because they simply don't want you to do that. Not because you shouldn't, and not because it's going to damage it. Because my screens will be damaged. For 6 months of using these things, if it hasn't damaged it in 6 months, it's not going to. Again, that's just my personal experience. I don't, but to be honest, even out of all the pens and nibs that I've sold to other people who use Boox devices, no one has said anything about scratching their devices either. Like, and I'm confident that will never happen because, like I said, I've been doing this for half a year and nothing. Yeah, I'm confident, 100% confident that's not. They're telling you that not because it's a problem. They're telling you that because they just don't want you to do it for their own reasons, and that's just the way that I see it. Yeah, the Moon Maple School. It says Red Note is seen as a TikTok replacement, and that's what I came to figure out, Ed. That it's a TikTok replacement, and but it's weird that like I said, it's weird to me that it would. Why is it a TikTok replacement? I can only think that it's the algorithm. That whatever technique Chinese algorithm makers are employing on these systems is good. They might be the best algorithm makers on the planet. If TikTok and what the TikTok users and the reason why TikTok users are migrating to Red Note, if that's to be understood as being the algorithm, they may be the best algorithm makers on the planet. If it's that serious that you would skip an American competitor, you know what I mean? It just seems weird that would be the case. And I can only think that the algorithm is just that good. My understanding that it is still backed by ByteDance, but that was according to Daily Show. So take with a grain of salt. They're not backed by ByteDance. They are a Chinese company. Yeah, that's interesting though. I haven't read that, but they could own a stake, right? They could own a stake. But you know what's funny? I was reading something and people who are on Red Note are like, they're just going to shut us down now that it's getting this kind of attention because of all the new influx of users. They're worried over there on Red Note. And not just for it being eyed by the government, right? And given that 9-month timer that they gave TikTok, but because it's that the influx of people is going to change the dynamic of that social network. You can guarantee that the culture of that social network is going to change with the influx of American people and ideals and ways of doing things. They probably have their own etiquette, you know what I mean, over there. And like Americans are just coming in, just screwing all that up. You know what I'm saying? As don't get me wrong, I trust you. I'm just pointing out it wasn't only Voya. The titanium is different because it will wear and could. Oh yeah, titanium is different exactly for that reason because it does wear and it could cut. Ceramic is not that way. Ceramic is a lot harder than titanium, and doesn't wear as easily. And honestly, like I said, I am working on something that's even better that you would never have to worry about. Even drops. Because I care about people's experience. So we're working hard. Um, um, Jay, and that's great. Isra. Ooh, who's that? Did I miss something? I clear. Oh yeah, there we go. Israel, you helped me choosing my Nomad and love everything about coming from for me, a big Note Air 2. Thanks. Awesome. And thank you, Jay. Jay, you know what? I'm making Jay a moderator in the chat right now, too. Jay, Jay, you're coming along for the ride. Yep. Uh, there we go. Bam. Okay, so thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Um, what else we got in the chat here? Jay says it's also because Meta is in the middle of dropping most of their terms of service regarding sexism, racism, etc. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. Okay. Good point. Oh, the Zuckerberg vlog. I remember that where they decide that they weren't going to do fact checking anymore. Okay. Very good point, Jay. Very good point. Yeah, I hadn't considered that. I'm thinking algorithm, which may be a small part of it, but I think that may be the bigger part of this whole issue. Why they're just skipping Instagram altogether. Very good point. Very good point. I haven't had any issues with the ceramics on the Go 10.3. Me either. I actually like the way it feels on the Go 10.3 above more than I like it on the Air 4, Note Air 4C. Um, I mean, I like it. I mean, to me, it's built for the Supernote, right? So it's going to feel the best on the Supernote, but I love the way it feels on the 10.3. Even though that's a spray on, from what I understand, and not a film, it still feels really good. It still feels really good. I write a lot too, and I've never had an issue. So I don't think these companies are saying that because there's an issue with doing it. They're asking you not to do it, maybe because they don't. I mean, I could probably understand why Ratta's asking people not to do it. They're the same company who don't even want you talking about other companies in their subreddit. So for them, it makes sense, like for them to say, we don't even want you using our pens on any other device, and vice versa. Like that makes total sense for them. Why Onyx would say it though, I don't know, because it does nothing to the screens. Be careful, Ed says. Don't let good e-reader hear you say that. Wow. Ed, I stumbled upon your good e-reader video and was like, oh, Ed must be exaggerating. But nope, nah, Ed was not exaggerating, Jay. Absolutely not. Ed says it's because of a freak out of the band. Yeah, I mean, the band is going to be a thing, right? I mean, that's the number one chief reason. But I for some reason thought the algorithm would be the chief reason. But no, I definitely agree with Jay on the fact that their policy change is a definite factor and well and above the algorithm. But the number one reason is definitely the ban. Jay says they spent the whole video talking mostly about cool things about the Nomad, and then their conclusion was like, not good enough. That's funny. To be clear, your ceramic tip didn't break when you dropped the pin. No, it didn't. Nope, the nib didn't break. I mean, I've dropped my pin tons of times. The nib didn't break on the heart of metal. But the heart of metal itself broke. The pin broke. The nib didn't break, but the pin did. It was funny. John, how's it going, John? Thanks for joining the chat. John says, hi, Ed. I love your reviews. I'd like to get your take on the Viwoods, especially compared to the Gold 10.3. Ed says, I'll let you guys have your conversation there. Mr. Media, anytime the 10.3 is compared to any other device, the 10.3 wins. Word. Like, word. The 10.3, I think it's safe to say right now that 10.3 is the GOAT. I think that's a safe assumption to make. I'm not even a Boox fanboy. Like, check my track record. I've only did a hate video on one device, and that was the Boox Note Air 3C. So I am not a Boox fanboy. I've only had hate towards one device in my whole YouTube eInk career. I mean, it's the GOAT. Once you compare it to anything, it wins. Now, I haven't compared it to the Manta yet. I'm scared to be honest with you. I don't even want to know I don't even want to know what's going to come out of my mouth when I make that video. Ed says, I'm going to have to jet to get the... Okay, all right, Ed. Peace. I'm sorry if I didn't get to that before you left, but peace, Ed. Drive safe. Have fun. You guys have an awesome night. Oh, guess what? Jeff Moss has the same spacebar problem with the Max keyboard that I do. Oh, wow. That's one thing I put on my list to talk about Monday, too, Jay. On my list for tonight, I'm going to talk about your video because I definitely want to get into that, but I want to do it some justice. And Monday morning sounds like a good day to do it, but we're going to have a lot of TikTok talk to get to Monday probably as well. Mr. Media says, Organized for Change might be a Boox hater. He is. Ed will never admit that, though. You know what? The Note Air 3C videos gave us hate, but it also gave us the orange. And I would pick the orange over the hate any day, for sure. CJ says, there are a few things to complain about the Go 10.3. Yeah, there are. It ain't perfect. Listen, you know what's it's so funny? Because I don't think it wins any one category. Honestly. Not issue, meme. Word. The hate series, I love it now. It's just so weird, right? And to be honest with you, Jay, I don't think, and for the rest of the chat out there, I don't think we'd have that kind of conversation if I didn't start doing lives. I think the lives mixed with the hate videos made an opportunity for that, which I love. Which, if I didn't do live for any other reason, I'm glad I did them for that. Mr. Media says, I'm wondering how much you can do with the NoteMax with the keyboard. It looks like with Microsoft Office, you could get a lot done. Definitely. Absolutely. I'm waiting for, I would love for Jay to do a, because you know how you get at the tab, but the cells in a Excel spreadsheet or something like that would be the use case for me. And having it be able to tab to different cells, and if it does it quickly with the keyboard, man, that would be so clutch. So clutch. That would be probably my number one use case for that machine other than PDF viewing. Okay, then that's so bad about the Viwoods. Aaron, if they don't fix the the spacebar bug, you are absolutely right. I am crazy productive at work with that keyboard. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Okay, what else we got here? We're at Friday, so we're at the end of the week still. We're still going on what we talked about Friday. Reoccurring reminders for ChatGPT. We talked about Friday. We talked about the cell phone bans in schools. We had a pretty good conversation about that as well. That happened on Friday's show. New Galaxy phone repair service we talked about. We talked about the FBI deleting files on private computers in the U.S. Over 4,000. computers were intruded upon, and files were deleted from those computers. But yeah, so that is something that we as a U.S. government is doing now, which I thought was very interesting. Forbes' best writing tablet list, which we tore apart. We decided that Forbes knew nothing about eInk tablets, and they should probably stay out of the discussion. Maybe contact one of us in the eInk space before they do another one. You know, we don't want to send hate their way, but we will. We will. Dual screen eInk from Genko, which we looked at. There was a love-hate thing with Genko. There was a love-hate with that machine. I just like a little bitty eInk thing that you can stick a pen, you can write with. A flip. You can flip it. What's there not to like? But there was a divide in the chat on that thing. So hit or miss, I'm getting that thing. If it comes to America, it's just a Chinese product right now. But if it comes to America, I'm buying that thing. I'm not playing no game. You know what? Let's look at that thing again. What do we got? Well, this is it right here. I love this thing. We've been talking about this in the Discord chat for a while now. Ever since we kind of like molded over when we were talking about the Palma 2 and how cool it would be if it had a pen. This is even smaller than the Palma 2 and it has a pen. I would love this thing. Jay thinks it's all vaporware though, so we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, we talked about that. We talked about Jeff. We watched Jeff Moss's video on the NoteMax and the battery life. So we did that on Friday as well. So if you're interested in any of those things, check out the Friday show. Check out the Friday show. That's where it'll be. Let's go to the chat real quick. Jeff just dropped his keyboard video early, and I think he's mad about it. Wow. I got to see this. We're going to have lots of stuff to talk about on Monday's show. Monday's show is going to be off the chain. I think Jeffrey loves Supernote too. I think Jeff does. He really loves the Supernote. He really does. And Jay says he does. Yep, he does. But he gives Boox and Viwoods props when they deserve it. Absolutely. And that's one of the things I like about Jeff is that his unbiased opinion about all these devices. He has his favorites, but his opinion on them are definitely unbiased. I love this. I wish it was possible for it to be real. The parts don't exist. Jay, I want that to be the real so bad. I'm going to do some research into this company and this product. We're going to figure this out. This thing is getting figured the frick out. I am not playing no games. We're going to figure it out. Let's look at it one more time, though. God, look at that. Would you just look at that? That's eInk goodness right there. That's eInk at its finest. It does look fake. I mean, come on, you guys. Can we just have a little bit of hope? Just a little bit of hope that maybe, just maybe, it could be real. We know it's not, but maybe. Someone thought about it. Someone put time into making this fake mock-up. It could be real one day. I got my fingers and toes crossed. You can't see the toes, but believe me, they're most certainly crossed. So I love it. I love that. I love that. Okay. That's it. That's what we had for the show for last week. Let's move on to tech news. Okay. So that was what we did last week. I'm sorry. That was last week's stuff. For next week, moving forward, what we got? We got the Samsung event coming next week, which I will be live talking about on the 22nd. So January 22nd, what is that? Is that Wednesday? That's Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be that event. So we're gonna be talking about that event Wednesday. Samsung is going to be talking about a few things. Their AR glasses, the AR goggles, the mixed reality stuff is going to be there. They're going to talk about new Samsungs. We got any Samsung owners in the chat? They're going to be talking about new Samsungs. That's how they're getting down. New Samsungs are going to get talked about. Monday we're gonna have to talk about the TikTok ban. Will TikTok be around Monday? I thought about doing a live tomorrow just to talk about if TikTok is still around, but I was like, we'll just wait till Monday. We'll wait till Monday. The 19th is the day. It could be around that day, and then Monday, bam, things happen. So we'll see what it looks like on Monday. So we're gonna talk about that on Monday. A question though. Question to the chat real quick, and maybe we'll talk about this again Monday too. Can TikTok survive as a web app? Okay, you throw that beer in the fridge. Can TikTok survive as a web app? Let's go to the chat real quick while we mull that over. If you really can write on it, why not show that in the video? True. Listen, I agree with you guys. It's fake. I just want it to be real. Can we have some hope? It's a little bit of faith. Mustard seed style. I mean, if it was real, I would buy one so fast my credit card would spontaneously combust. Word. CJ, my NoteMax battery might be the most disappointing aspect of it so far. After just one day of use, but I don't really mind because it's going to stay on my desk most of the time. And that was my attitude towards the Note Air 3C, because everyone hated the Note Air 3C's battery life. And for good reason. I just didn't care. I think I might have put that in the video too. I just didn't care because I'm like, it's going to be on my desk all day. I'm in the office with it. It's not the device I would carry around. Jay says, "Oh, CJ, that's interesting. What kind of usage? Hanging on. Oh, wow. You should do a live Sunday. I thought about doing a live Sunday, Mr. Media. I really did. I really thought about it. Mr. Media says, the moment they make the Palma a phone, I'm buying it. I think I would too, to be honest with you. Yeah. I honestly think I would too. I don't use my phone enough for viewing video and stuff to where I care about that on my phone. I mean, I watch video on my phone, but it's use case specific. It's not like something I normally do and rely on my phone for. Not at all. I don't play video games on my phone. I'm not a mobile gamer at all. I mean, I'm a mobile gamer if it's a video game system, but I'm not like a phone mobile gamer. That doesn't interest me at all. But so I'm not doing that. So I don't need an LCD screen on my phone. I don't. I would love to get away from that on my phone, actually. I'd make sacrifices to do that. CJ says at Jay, well, I just got it so that there was a lot involved, like installing apps and all, but it went 8% to 9% in 10 hours. Whoa. I got something to say on that. It went from 70 to 60 in 1 hour taking notes. That sounds about right, to be honest, CJ. Initial setup without it being connected to power would chew a lot of battery. Up 10% per hour for note taking also sounds right, if that's relatively constant. The Manta, I said this before on live. I'm going to say it again here since we're talking about battery life. The Manta dies on me at 1% a minute after the battery hits 20%. 1% every minute. Every 60 seconds, it loses 1%. It doesn't even matter if it's off, or in sleep mode, or if it's in the shutdown mode. I forgot what they call that. They have a shutdown mode that's like a transparent screensaver almost, but not, because it still drains a ton of battery. Through any event, a percent a minute after 20%. And that's been consistent since I've had this thing. Don't know if that's normal or not. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there for archival sake. Anyway, so that's news for next week. We're also, like I said, we're going to talk about Jay's video, the keyboard cover video that he just did. We're going to give people a chance to watch that. We're going to talk about that Monday. And then we'll talk about that. But you know what, though? One thing I will mention from Jay's video, they kept that flap. Where's that flap at? I'm gonna pull out that flap because I've come to not like this flap at all. I'm like, why is this even a thing anymore? They need to do better. Oh, and I can't find it. Of course. Of course. When I want to talk crap. Oh boy. Okay, I can't find it. And of course when I want to talk crap about it, it's not around. It's that flat that detaches from the case. I do not like that. I don't. Like it's just annoying. I take it off and I leave it off. It's not even remotely like useful in any situation or configuration I put it in. It's just another thing you got to worry about keeping track of. CJ says, "Oh yeah, charging was surprisingly fast. I can confirm." Well, to me, the NoteMax seems fast as crap. That's one of the common things everyone says. It's fast as crap. I love that. That if I get it, that will be the reason why. Peppiness. I like peppy. I like some spunk. And if it charges fast, that's even better. Even better. And I know that the Boox platform has the transparent screensaver, which works wonders for saving your battery, but still keeping some visible information on the screen that you can actually glean from. Yeah, yeah. I get more and more excited about it the more I hear people talk about it. I'm not anxious to get it right now, to be honest, but I do get more excited about it every time I hear about it. And that's it. That is it. That is the show for today, you guys. We got any questions or things you guys want to talk about before we head out? I mean, we're gonna talk about a lot Monday. Monday show gonna be pretty good. I see it already. I should have a video by then. We're gonna have that to talk about. This TikTok thing is gonna be crazy interesting. The NoteMax stuff is gonna be really good to talk about. There's gonna be so much conversation around this TikTok thing. I know there is. I want to have more conversation about the Red Note thing too. That could be a really interesting and good conversation. I'm really looking forward to it. So next week is going to be really good. We need more CES footage. Yeah, that's coming. That video is the video I'm talking about that may be out after the weekend. I want to have I'm working on a few videos simultaneously right now, which I need to just buckle in on one. But the eInk sensor for the 10.3 and the Note Air 4C I'm working on in tandem, so they're both hopefully going to go out at the same time. And then I'm also working on my last CES video, which is like all the background footage, all of the footage nobody has seen yet. And me putting all of that kind of together in a long video. It's like gonna be like a 30-45 minute video, just me running through CES. It's gonna be interesting because it's not just gonna be me in one situation talking. I'm in all kinds of different situations, talking about all kinds of different things, talking to all kinds of different people, seeing all kinds of different things that were at CES. So you guys are gonna see all of that footage in that video. All right, everyone, that's gonna be it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the weekend review. We're going to come back tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Monday with more. That's 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. And that's going to be 7 p.m. on the weekends. We may change the dates around and times around. We're going to put some more polls out because it's been a while since I put some polls out, and we got a lot more members than what we had when I initially put the polls out. So let's see what works best for the members right now, and I appreciate you guys for that. Before we go, CJ says on the Discord live chat, I just shared a picture of how I'm enjoying your stream on my Sunday morning. Do not share this picture on the stream, please. I will not. And I will check that out. So I appreciate you guys engaging in the Discord. Again, if you remember, the Discord link is in the members only posts for the YouTube, and you can get there through that. We fixed it, so you should be able to get in and get roles right away now. And Jay is a moderator in the Discord, so hit up Jay if I'm not in there. He should be able to get you roles as well. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you for joining me throughout this past week as well. Thank you guys for all the support. Thanks you guys for all the viewership and just being in the chat. Oh, Mr. Mike. Oh, you right at the end. Right at the end, just like you. I was just thanking everybody for coming, and we just did a weekend review, kind of like a wrap up, Mr. Mike. I think you were here for a couple of those streams, but yeah, that's all we did here. We're gonna get the air horns going though before we get out of here from Mr. Mike. Bang, 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 bang. All right, so yeah, like I said, join us next week, you guys. We got a lot to talk about. So next week's shows are going to be really good. I really do think that they're going to be some good shows. So don't forget to join next week's shows, 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Saturday for the weekend review. All right, you guys, have a good weekend, and until next time, go Bills. The Bills are playing. You know I'm going to have my sweatshirt on. We're going to do it. All right, everyone, have a good night. Let's start over. The replay. All right, everybody. Have a good night. And until next time, take care.